Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Awesomenauts. My name's SlowWolf. We're on Megaman, and we got a scoop already on our team, so this is good. I need to play as a support or a tank. And since we already have a tank, I'm expecting that support won't be a bad plan. Now, as far as supports go, things become a little bit more difficult. We've already got a melee here. Sheriff Lone Star, if that gets picked. Pick away, dude. Just pick anything. Something, so that way I can pick around at Yuri. Oh, good grief. So if that's a Yuri, we need to pick something a little bit more aggressive. That's preferably ranged. We don't have a ton that fits that bill. At least not in the areas that I want it to. But I can try an Ix. We can make this work. So Ix is a character that I really enjoy. I think that Ix is an excellent character from his design. And honestly, he has a good power level. It's not too strong. He's definitely not weak. I think that his only real problem has to deal with silence. So, we'll see what we're up against. It's Max Focus, Leon, and Clunk. Oh boy, we're in for an interesting time. We have an easy time against Clunk. Leon kills us. Especially now that you got that recent buff where he's all like, hey, my early game tongue damage is actually through the freaking roof. It does 60 extra damage compared to what it used to, so it's a 300 damage nuke. Plus movement, it displaces you. It's insane. I think that for our purposes today, it would be pretty ideal if we went full crazy on these folks. Megaman makes sense, but so does Prismatic Moondust, and I really like Prismatic Moondust. Ah, god damn it, double Megaman, let's go. I have to assume that double Megaman will keep us alive and on the field for longer. So Ix is a character that tends to brawl right up close thanks to his ability to get multiple shards into an enemy. Each one of those shards does some damage. Here, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. I dare you, thank you. I'll steal that right now then. Why do I do that? The reason why I like doing that is because if I do that, then they don't get it, and if they don't get it, that makes me a happy boy. So because of Ix's close range damage being actually thrilling and amazing, I like to be up close and personal with people. I tend to like being as aggressive as possible. I'm not going to get caught out by that, thank you very much. Oh my lord. We're going to barely survive this one, unless if Leon catches us, which is entirely possible. He did not. Okay, good stuff. We live, for now. That was scary, though. We got Max, we got everything else. The Scoop, get out of here, dude. But, like, they're on top of being able to brawl and get up close in people's faces and do all that great stuff that Ix knows how to do, Ix also has the ability to support. He does a good amount of single target healing, and if he lands that healing on any one person, God, Scoop, why? I keep trying to heal you and you're like, I'm gonna jump. I just don't understand why you're jumpy so much. Like, okay, obviously that just means I need to be better with my aiming. But yeah, Ix can do the brawl, Ix can do the heal. On top of that, Ix can do the swap, which unfortunately didn't land there. That would have been really good. I was thinking an aggressive swap there would have been really nice. Ooh, using Leon clones to be mines in this case. Very interesting. We're going to take that out. Now the bottom lane's kind of... Woo! Swap them around. There we go. Good damage, good damage. It was almost amazing damage, but not quite. Back out there, Scoop. It's all fine. So, Ix has so many tools in his toolkit available to him that it's hard not to think of this character as a little bit ridiculous. Like, the reason why I like him is because he has answers to everything at some point in time in the game. And yes, it's not easy to pull off. And yes, as a result of not being easy to pull off, it's a little, it can be a little frustrating and difficult for a newer player. Oh god. That Clunk really messed that up. Nice mind, Yuri. That was actually sweet. But because of all these tools, you really do have to realize which tool to use at which time. So in our case, right now, I'm going to be focusing, I think, on being a little bit defensive with our heal here. For multiple reasons, mostly Clunk. If we can manage to swap at the right time, Clunk does nothing. To two people, that's huge. If we can manage to use our Refract at the right time, then Clunk does nothing. To two people. Get out of there. We can also save people very easily. Oh, Jesus. Hopefully everybody up there is okay, because I'm now down here, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we actually get some work done down here as a result of all this. We got none of the solar. That makes me a bit sad, but okay, we'll deal with it. Hey, leave him alone. Ah, I missed. I can't do that. It's not allowed. It's against many conventions of the Hippocratic Ix Oath, okay? Every time you main Ix, you have to swap. Every time that you play Ix, you have to take the Hippocratic Ix Oath, which is harm no one except for your enemies, and always land your bond. Not landing your bond is tantamount to committing a kill against your own team, really. Like, there we go. There's the focus I needed. Look, I actually landed it. And now look at Scoop's HP. It's actually good. I'll eat that big missile. No big deal. Back off. So with Clunk on the field, honestly, we have a serious counter situation going on. Boop. I tried to swap. It was obviously not our time. But against Clunk, we have a massive advantage so long as we play it properly. Clunk is heavily countered by Ix, if not completely countered by Ix, so long as it's played properly. But, you know, we do have to get to that point where that heavy counter actually works for us. This Clunk is using Explode in different ways, though. Not that that's bad. In fact, it's probably a very good thing to do, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know, it might be good for this Clunk to potentially look at Explode not as a damage dealer, but as a supporting option. You know, go for cooldown and all that other stuff first. They don't necessarily go hardcore into the bad stuff immediately. That was not the right character to swap, and unfortunately that does increase our cooldown. So one thing that I see a lot of newer Ix players do is just swap all the time. They're all like, oh, I'll swap at the very end, no problem. It's not a good idea. If your swap breaks naturally without you if your bond breaks naturally without you swapping it, you want to know what happens? You have a reduced cooldown. Look at this one. And it wore off. It's an 8-second cooldown. If we actually do the swap, it's like a 12-second cooldown. Would I like to have my bond back 3 seconds sooner? Always. Just always. I'm going to do this immediately just in case if something bad happens. No? Okay. I'm not sure who went invisible, but I'm a little bit worried. Oh, no, there's the Clunk and the Leon, and I saw the other dudes earlier, so it's probably fine. Yeah, I'll let that bond break. That's fine. I wasn't going to swap into anything helpful anyway. Look at that Refract. So there's the reason why Clunk is bad against this character. Refract exists. I was really trying to hit the scoop with that, if I'm being completely honest with you. Refract effectively means that if I get the ability to do anything, like if I have the ability to cast an ability, I can just refract the explosion and suddenly I do not take 1,000 damage. End of story. Alright, I'm gonna back off a little bit. Do I want this? Nah. It's okay. Do they have regen on the other team? One of them does. The Max does. I'm going to go ahead and tell my team that I'm defending. Or that I need them to defend for a second. Grab Prismatic Moondust and 1 ranking Crystal Crunch. That's more than adequate for now. We have a lot of self-sustain. Prismatic Moondust adds a significant amount of damage to your left click if you manage to land the actual DOT portion of it. Which is nice, naturally. And it also is one of those things you can kind of spam all over the place. If people run into it. And it's easy enough to run into. Like, it's tiny, right? Doesn't do all that much. It's not something that you actively try to avoid. It's not like a Yuri mine or something where it's like, I need to avoid this or else I die. You know, it's this tiny little blaze graphic. It's nothing. But you want to know how much damage it does? Like a decent amount. No, I'm not going to get blown up by that, thank you. Just keep putting this out there. I'm expecting to explode any moment now. Oh, there's a thing. Hello. You don't have silence, though, so I'm not all that worried. As soon as that guy gets silenced, Baby Curry Mammoth is our next big pickup. Get that swap off. A little bit of damage. Put that refract out so that way I don't die. You know, we can't really go toe-to-toe with the guy. Never mind. It's fine. You use Crystal Crunch in your regen to go ahead and get these kills over here instead. Perfect. So it seems to be ticking for 25 per rank right now, which is like, it's okay. Managed to make him miss his bite, put out some decent damage, and then backed off. Nice. That was good harassment. I'm glad. And with the way our build is working currently right now, we're going to be going for a build that uses additional shards. I don't think that the additional big shard damage increase is actually all that good. Unless if you're going for like full damage left click. Which is like fine. Like full damage left click is a build and it works well. The issue is that in this game, I'm going to be pretty up close with a lot of people. Very frequently. Like, that's my plan, anyway. And I would like to make that plan a reality. The other thing I really want to do is get damage amplification and salt miner next. Like, it's important. I would like to get heal as well on the psionic bond. Like, there's a lot of upgrades I want. But, swap. Shit, I made a mistake of everything, but that's okay. I think that was a worthwhile attempt at a swap, honestly. But I'm not going to go ahead and begrudge this. Back off. Put out some of this prismatic moon dust. We grab the invis, and it's on the Yuri. That's okay. I don't mind it being on the Yuri. That's fine. Go over here. Start putting out some damage. Oh, hey there, Leon. How's it going, buddy? Just put this out there. Yep, you got me. Good job. But I have enough self-sustain that it doesn't really matter all that much. And that droid is going to die eventually. There it is. There we go. Look at that bond land. Ugh, that's right. I bring the heal. Nicely done. Watch out for Clunk. Oh, Clunk's all the way upstairs. I'm not even worried then. Trying to get out. Okay, got out the bond. Which means to get the swap now. We almost got some kills in there, and unfortunately I died instead. We got the max for it though, so that's fine. I'll trade that. That's all good. So what do I want now? Damage amplification for 12% sounds great, but I would actually like to get like proper damage next. So as we land, we'll get at least 1 rank in Salt Miner. If we can buy anything else, yeah, sure. We're at the 10-minute mark, so pills are always a good move if we can manage to afford it. And I think that we can. Actually, hold on. How much is the prismatic moon? Sorry, the Salt Miner. It's enough that if I just walk over here quickly, I can get both ranks. And that's well worth it, because now we do maximum damage possible with an ability that dealt no damage before. And that's, like, usually a 10 out of 10 item pickup. Down here, what do we find? Nothing. I was like, hey, we can maybe get that Leon. No dice. Oh, get him, get him, get him, get him. Nicely done. Get that swap out there so that way he doesn't have the gas necessary to get out of there, and we murdered him. That was insanely good. Our team just 100% moidled them, and the reason why, we have 1,000,000 heals. Like, that's the one thing our team has got going for it, guaranteed. It has so much heal, it's insane. Like, Scoop heals himself. Yuri heals himself. Hell, Scoop with enough upgrades, although I don't think he's going to get it anytime soon, can heal everybody on the team, too. Like, he's just... Uh-oh, we kind of left the Yuri alone. That was maybe not smart. But you get the idea. Like, we can get some seriously good stuff done. Ow. That rocket homes is going to be a little bit frustrating. It's like 200 free damage every once in a while here. Yeah, I'm not going to do that swap, thanks. Good damage there, though. Kind of ripped Tor through him. We're going to make that even worse. Give it a second. Watch this. You want to make this into a really cool game? Shred and mining permit. This is the right upgrade at the right time. Why? Because now every time that we do a refract, which will be right next to a Clunk usually, who's exploding, they'll take 12% more damage. And a Clunk that has damage amplification on him is not a very scary Clunk all of a sudden, especially when he's in the middle of exploding. He'll deal himself 12 extra damage. It's great. So yeah, X heavily counters Clunk. I feel badly for this Clunk. But at the same time, we do not have an infinite amount of time to win this game. We have one slight problem. Oh god. Do you have silence on that thing yet? No, you do not have silence on that bad boy yet. I just died because of the mini stun from tongue being what it is. But okay, migrating host. We're just gonna see the number 2 flash for like 15 years. It's fine. Is that a bot Leon? It is a bot Leon. He is unable to stick around in the game. That feels bad. He's reconnected. Okay, good for him. Completely wiped his score. Unfortunate, but whatever. We lost our Scoop in the meantime. That's bad. All right. Well, we're in for it a little bit. We're by no means gonna win this game, but we're looking really good for a second there. Whoop, get the swap out. Do the damage you can. Excuse me. No, thank you. Refracted that one easily enough, didn't I? Okay, we're gonna just go ahead and get some solar over here. Yuri, if you don't mind, thanks. I'd like to pick up that one, and I'll pick up that one as well. But like you saw what that refract did. Like that thing was not only very effective in making sure we didn't die, but it also dealt some decent damage to them. Nope, swapped. Unfortunately, we are gonna die for that one. 2 of us did. That was a really good explode. We went for a gank on the Leon, which we successfully did end up doing, but it cost us badly. Baby Curry Mammoth might be very helpful for us here. I'm going to pick it up for a couple of different reasons. One, it'll reduce the amount of time that we're stunned by the tongue, or the silence on the tongue, if he eventually picks it up. We will also not be slowed as badly by Max's slow bubble, which currently is not getting any benefit. It just has base slow. So right now, the bubble isn't ignorable, But it is very much not the biggest issue we have. I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to back off a little bit. So, the Leon's going for full push strat, which is like, okay, sure thing, my dude. You do you. But, I wouldn't recommend it under most circumstances. I don't think it's a very good plan all the time. However, it is going to do what it needs to do in this case, and it actually works very well against Yuri. Why? Because Yuri's mines don't do as much. Oh my lord, we left Scoop alone for 2 seconds, and out he goes, huh? I think we need damage is my problem right now. Okay, I'm a little worried. We can kind of do some damage here, but it's not a ton. Whoop! Ah, if that bond had hit, that would have been an easy kill, and I feel badly for having missed it. Back off of my teammate, please. Thank you. So these Leon clones are actually very big. They're scary in that they're eating up mines now. So Yuri cannot afford to go passive Yuri anymore. In addition, they're going to start getting like explosions on them. They're going to be able to start split pushing really, really well, which is nice. I tried to get the swap off. I didn't quite time it properly, I guess. And they're also a little bit harder to tell from real Leon. Also, they apply slow, which is disgusting, I just realized. That's going to be tough to deal with. We're a little in for it. They have a very good late game, actually. I'm coming to realize. We got him. Okay, I did what I could, team. But currently Max has far more left click than I do. We got the kill. That bond was clutch. It would have been good either way, but that bond on the enemy there was pretty good. Okay, bounce upstairs. See the scoop? Give him a heal. Look at that, and that's like an easy 400 HP, no problem for the dude. Plus his own self-heal. Again, he's looking okay. So these Leon clones, again, annoying, but we can deal with them so long as we've got this advantage. But the instant we lose this advantage, we're going to be in for it. Let's get that swap out. Whoosh. I might have gotten that refract off, but I'm not positive. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, no, he can just chase me and kill me. Does he have the flying camera? He does. That's slightly terrifying. You cannot run away from him. All right, good to know. So how are we going to deal with him? We're going to need more damage of our own. Ooh, good kill onto the max. That feels nice. We're going to pick up our own shrubbery gems here. Shrubbery gems increases the number of tiny shards that come out of our left click by 1. That tiny shard left click is a very good close-up damage increase. It is effectively a shotgun pellet increase. It's going to help us deal damage to knots, droids, you name it. It's going to help us clear things out pretty nicely as well. How did he live? I'm actually impressed that that dude's living. That, he should have died. Now, me dying there as soon as the entirety of the rest of the team suddenly showed up, it was a foregone conclusion. But that clunk should definitely have become deceased. At least as far as I remember. Maybe my Ix memory isn't as good as it used to be. I mean, I haven't played Ix in what feels like months. I used to main him. I used to play him all the time. But then, you know, I've stopped. So maybe my knowledge of his damage has just gone down a great deal. Things we could use right now. I think that we need to start investing into pills in a big way. We are looking a little rough around the edges on that HP front. Ooh. I'm just going to go around here and just play around you for a moment here, friend. Oh, no, 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 not today. So my problem right now is that Max counters me. He can just left click me. He is not focusing so much on his burst, or at least he did in early game. Now as a result, he's actually a bit of a terror. The thing that we can do to kind of fix that would be to go into bond. And start getting proper bond upgrades. The damage / heal increase would be sweet. I'd also very much like to have a little scary. I'd also very much like to have a I missed my bond. The duration increase, or the self... No, it's not a duration increase anymore, isn't it? It's a self-healing whenever you landed on an ally, if I remember correctly. That's a pretty good one. it's a decent upgrade. Wait, we need to help this Fury, unfortunately. Got one. Damn it. Okay, we're not going to be able to kill the Max. He's too fast. We could probably kill this Clunk, given enough time, but he's going to have his friends any moment. Yep, there's one of them. We're going to have to back off. We can't do that one on our own. With two of my friends dead, there's no way. So, what I need right now is just a rank in pills. One would be good. Yeah. And with one rank in pills, we'll be at least healthy enough most of the time now that we can actually handle, like, eating an explosion or something along those lines. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we just ate a ton of damage, including the Kraken Empire Blast, which really hurts. I'm going to head on home as a result. And get some of that heal again. Now, we could go for, like, a second rank in Crystal Crunch, but, like, that's not a priority right now. We need damage more than anything else. So that will be my priority, is just making sure that we get that damage. Getting that ability to kill. Be my team's carry to a certain degree. That's something that Ix can do very, very well. We're gonna not swap that one, honestly. Got one. At what cost? We're super low. Take it easy for a second here. Okay, go on. If Leon shows up, I'm probably toast. But the fact that we got out of there alive, sweet. The fact that we even got some HP out of it, dope. The fact that we lived is, like, just the sickest part of all that. What do we want? Let's see. This increases healing given to Ix. To allies now becomes healing to Ix as well. It's an okay upgrade, but it's not my top priority. More HP. Now that I got enough HP that I can survive, we can continuously maybe get stuff like those double kills that we just got earlier. Like, that would be sweet. Invisible Scoop, huh? Oh, the Max knows. Okay, just keep blasting these things. Those little shards are doing a decent amount of damage, 13 per extra shard, so we have like a 26 damage increase on our left click as long as we're close enough to people, which is going to melt the face off of most enemies, particularly somebody as big as Clunk. Like, the shard increase is actually really good for that kind of stuff. Okay, land that heal. Take it easy. Clunk is a bot right now, so we do need to be careful about that. It means that they're predictable, but it also means that as a bot, like, you know, they don't care if he dies, and he's not worth a lot of money either. Like, if we die to kill a Clunk, it's not worth it. It's not going to be worth it. Bots are worth less in multiplayer games and versus games like this, so it's a shame, really. Okay. Prismatic Moondust has also kind of fallen off in terms of ability and power level. Nothing against the ability. It's an early game ability, and it is now no longer the early game. It is ticking for 31 damage per tick over 5 seconds. I think it's like 150 extra damage. It's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination, but like it's not a lot at this stage of the game when regen of an ability is a lot higher than it might have been once. Okay, we put out a decent amount of refracts, which is nice. We're going to go in there and try left clicking as much as possible. Maybe get a kill on this Clunk. The Clunk bot has gone down. We're going to go ahead and land this bond, which is also really nice. And yeah, good for us. It's a shame that the Clunk is gone, but like, it's a 22-minute game, so... Uh-oh, where's the Scoop at? Scoop's up there, okay. For a 22-minute long game, there's a very high chance that Clunk can come back. If he didn't mean to leave, that is. I have to believe it's possible. Got one. That's what refraction with damage amplification and that salt mining nonsense does. He's just gonna head home, huh? Okay, cool. Don't mind me then. It's not like I was trying to keep you alive or whatever. Okay, so you took a little bit of damage off of that. We're gonna use the Psionic Bond to do a little bit of damage to this turret and help get that last hit and back off. There we go. Oh, we're also gonna steal this. And then we're gonna run. I got a lot to spend. Very specifically, a lot to spend on, like, more damage, I think is a good idea here. So we're going to grab Psionic Bond rank 1, and there's nothing here. Yuri, you took Solar that I needed. But that's okay. You probably needed the Solar too. That's why you took it. There we go. Double ranks in Crystal Bond. I like it. It's not a bad plan. That's not a real... It's not a real bad guy. Crap. So all things considered... Yeah, you need to heal anyway? Okay, that's fine. All things considered, we're alone, but we're doing okay. We're managing to come out on top. It has everything to do with the fact that they got a bot on their team. If they didn't have a bot on their team, they'd be they'd be still very much in a position to win this, but now it's very much our game to lose against the bot player, so, you know, we gotta keep this safe as possible. I got blown up. That's on me, not landing a bond properly entirely. And not, and I used an aggressive refract, which was a complete waste of time. So the Clunk bot actually did all the damage it ever needed to do. And if I had landed that bond swap on the Scoop instead of the Clunk, that would have saved two of us from taking like nearly 1,000 damage. I'm guessing it's, yeah, nearly 1,000 damage. That would have been such a huge swing in our favor. And I missed the bond swap. Oh, the pain, the suffering. It's one of those moments where, like, I really could have done better if I was just a better player at this game. Unfortunately, I'm a terrible player at this game, and I still don't know why everyone here is watching me, but okay, I'll take it for what it's worth. Take this out, make sure you keep the mines alive. And we got a Leon and a very exposed core. This is how you lose a game, unfortunately. There's nothing we can do about this. If the Leon decides that he wants to win, then he can chip away at it very easily. Aggressive refract is scary. Don't focus on that nonsense too often. We got a bond swap in a second. No bond swap, huh? Gonna run. Get some HP there. Is the Yuri gonna help? Okay, no idea where this Leon is, but I'm running away now. Oh, hold on. Gonna refract on my way out, just in case. Okay, we made it. You know, give me some of that heal. Force me to play supportive. Uh-oh. Okay, decent damage. Unfortunately, got a super droid on our team. On us. Oh, God. Ah, Yuri, that was not a wise decision if I'm being honest with you right now. Okay, back off. You took too much damage. You can't stick around. Okay, there you go. No, Scoop. I'm trying to save you. Use this, just tear apart their base a little, tear apart their droid wave a little bit, and yeah, we're gonna lose this one based off of me being a dumbass, I think. Oh my god, Leon clones. Why? What else did he get for his last Leon clone upgrade anyway? Backstab. Interesting. I would have gone for the clone explosion if he was going for that kind of build, just because it's a great way to harass the enemy. They have to deal with it, and two of us are melee, so we're gonna all take the explosion damage from it. It does wear us down a little. It's not game over, but like it's certainly not looking like a positive game plus. You know what I mean? Okay, I did as much damage as I could. Leon's on our base, which means it's probably gonna die. We don't have the HP to kind of attack him from behind, so grab this. Man with Harrison, he's still attacking it. Makes me mad. That's what Leon does. That's what an open core exposed Leon does. So we've lost this one, despite the fact that they have a bot on the other team. Rough. Very rough. And that's entirely because I swapped at the wrong time in that one fight. If we had actually swapped the right person at the right time, this game would be entirely different. It'd be the opposite of what it is currently. But, I mean, here we are. It is what it is. Oh, Jesus. It is what it is, and it's unfortunately my fault that it is what it is. Swap off, maybe. Dealt a little bit of damage there. We're going to try to chase the max, but we can't because he's way too fast. Alright, we're still alive. But we need to get like a full-on team wipe to do anything here. How's our Yuri looking? Mind damage, cooldown, uranium spikes. Look, it's not a bad build, but he went for the banana. Not sure how I feel about the banana build. Banana build is not my favorite overall. The reason why banana build isn't my favorite is just because it's lifesteal for when you stand still. Yuri should never be using bubble to stand still and fight. It should be always like he should be using bubbles to debuff people primarily, right? Like that's his main deal. Oh god, Yuri. So we're down another Yuri again. Unsurprising. It's gonna happen a bunch. Nothing we can do about that. He's low, but he's not going to die to that. Unfortunate. And we still have a max on our base, which kind of sucks. And there's no way we can even come remotely close to slowing him down. That's another problem here. We have a lot of options for dealing with stuff. It relies on our team playing like really, really well, and us playing really, really well. Neither of those things happened in my case. Like we just lost. There's nothing we can do about it. Like Leon sneezes on this thing, it's game over. I would let it happen, honestly. Yeah, there we go. So that was not necessarily the greatest game we ever had. We got stopped, if we're looking at the stats properly. We dealt no turret damage. We got one turret. The other turret never went down from the front. Our scoop had, honestly, every right to be mad at us. We swapped at exactly the wrong time, and that cost us the game. Against that bot clunk, that one explosion changed the entire pace of the round in their favor, which is sad. Plus, as soon as we lost both of those turrets, which is what that explosion ended up doing to us, by the way, yeah, as soon as we lost those two turrets, like Leon just ripped us a new one with his turret capabilities and his ability to just kind of harass the base, and yeah, that sucked. But I can accrue at least a little bit of that to something that was outside of my control. Or, no, it was within my control. As soon as I saw the Yuri pick, I went Ix, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I should have picked someone other than Ix. Ix did not do the trick here, unfortunately. And although we got a decent amount of solar, and we kind of kept pace with the rest of the team, and our experience was kind of on point with the Yuris, we were still carried by the scoop throughout most of it. Our kill-death ratio wasn't particularly great. Our clear ability wasn't all that great. We kind of played badly. So, yeah, I guess that happened. Thanks for watching. Hope you folks enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. Hit the like button down below. You want to see some more? Yeah, subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. I'll see you guys next time.